I work out at the health club. I'll do cardio for an hour and then work out with a trainer. My energy level is a lot higher than it was. And I work kind of early. I work out of my home, so I start at 5:30 in the morning, and I work till like 5 at night, and then I go work out. So I'd say my energy level, I don't feel tired like I used to. It's just amazing.
You look really chipper, and you look really beautiful. You do.
Thank
you look good. I'm
you.
not just saying it. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Now, do you want to share a little bit about the patient process when you went through the packet? Is there anything that you could share with other patients to help them kind of ease their stress level as they're doing that process?
Well, I'm really glad we had to do that process because I understood. Because I had complications, I'm glad that I read everything and read the possibilities from. I think when you go into this, you just that packet was like horrifying, but in the end, I knew more about my body and what could or couldn't happen, and I'm glad that he educated us that way. And I'm glad I learned about other bypasses and different things that could or could not happen. I think the education was intimidating, but it was very positive, and you shouldn't be overwhelmed by the education. When you're having something like this is a change of life experience. You need to know how it works and what's happening to you and what could happen to you. Because if I wasn't prepared, I think I would have freaked. Like when you said I was really calm, I knew there was a possibility that something could go wrong, but I was there, so that was a positive thing, so it wasn't the extreme. But I think the education prepares you for anything, and you shouldn't feel like, if you're not willing to do the packet, you shouldn't do the surgery, because the surgery is life-altering. It will never be the same, and there's a lot of things that you have to change to do this. So it's not just him going, Dr. Rutledge going and doing his job, it's your job afterwards. And to do the packet helps you prepare for that job.
Now, you had a complication, so you're in the hospital a few days longer than our average patient. How was the hospital? How were the nurses? How was your care?
I have to honestly say they were great here. And I mean, I was here a week, and they were just awesome. And of course, you guys all came and visited me, so that helped. But you know what? I was willing to do anything to feel better, and they were awesome with helping. And they're used to having all the bypass patients. I think I was a little unusual from what some of the nurses told me, but everyone was really nice.
They're not used to having them there more than a day. So.
Yeah, so I was there a week on the NG tube, and when they took it out, then I went home. And then even when I had to come back in January, because the surgery was December, and I had to come back in January, and they reversed it. You know, everyone was really great, because I have to admit, I was very upset that he had to reverse the bypass, because I had planned for so long to have the bypass, but it's worked out fine.
But you're doing well?
I feel like I had the best of both worlds.
So you have what we call a gastroplasty, which
Right.
is a mini-me, which is almost like a sleeve.
Right.
So that's what you have, right?
And you know what, I kind of in a way, I don't freak out because I don't have to worry about vitamin deficiency, all that kind of stuff. I know that sounds crazy, but I remember that was one of my biggest fears with the bypass. So I kind of look at it, I have the best of both worlds. I don't have the appetite, I have the small stomach, I'm doing everything I would do if I had the bypass. And okay, my weight loss is a little slower, maybe. I'm envious of my buddy. But other than that, I'm glad I'm doing it the healthy way. You know, even with the bypass, it is the healthy way, but the exercises really help my state of mind. And there's some days, it's interesting, if I eat too much, I really feel it. And even with the small stomach, like I know with the bypass, you can have issues.
You feel the same when you're full, without the bypass.
And sometimes like I'll say, oh, I'll just have a little bit more, and no, my stomach says, no, you can't have any more. And the thing that's really helped is that I don't eat out of stress or depression anymore. I work out. Like if I feel like I want to eat, I know I'm not hungry, but before I would just go and eat. And I don't do that anymore, I guess because I feel like I've worked so hard that it's not worth it.
Okay, so in closing, on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you rate Dr. Rutledge?
A 5. He was awesome. I mean, I have to honestly say that I called him. I had to call him. I was talking to him almost daily between Sandy and him and you. Oh my God, we're on a first name basis. It was crazy. He knew my voice when I called. So, you know what? A lot of doctors wouldn't have been that way. And he was wonderful because I went through a lot emotionally, physically, and
Well, you guys are like our family.
yeah. So a matter of fact, I was just thinking I haven't talked to Sandy until I got to call her. She was like my daily "Hello, I'm losing my mind" call. So I got to call her. I miss her.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Thank you.
That was great.